What if I told you the iPhone 17 might finally shake off one of its biggest criticisms and close a gap Apple fans have been mocked for years? Yup, we're talking RAM, and not just a minor upgrade. Apple might be going all in. This move could redefine how future iPhones handle AI, multitasking, and yes, finally give Android users a reason to stop bragging. But there's a catch, and it's a big one. Let's dig in. Welcome back, viewers. Sam here. If you love tech breakdowns without the fluff, give this video a like, share it with your Geek Squad, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. So here's the tea. Renowned Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo just dropped a bombshell. According to him, every model in the upcoming iPhone 17 series could pack a hopping 12 gigabytes of RAM. That's right, not just the Pro Max, every single model. Now, if you followed Apple long enough, you know this is huge. For years, iPhones have been dragging behind Android flagships on RAM, while Samsung and others were out here flexing 12 gigabytes and even 16 gigabytes RAM. Apple stayed conservative, often just 6 gigabytes or 8 gigabytes, and they defended it. We don't need more RAM. Our software is optimized, they said, and honestly, they weren't wrong. iPhones performed shockingly well, even with lower RAM, but now the game is changing. See, the iPhone 15 Pro was the first real sign Apple was ready to level up. It jumped to 8 gigabytes RAM, and Apple blamed or credited AI for that. Their AI tools were hungry. They needed more memory. And now, just one generation later, Apple's prepping to supercharge the iPhone 17 with 12 gigabytes of RAM across the board. That's a massive leap, and it's no coincidence. But wait, there's a twist. Apple's also rumored to be working on a new model, the iPhone 17 Air, a thinner, sleeker iPhone aimed straight at Samsung's ultra-slim Galaxy S25 Edge. And guess what? Even that model might get the 12 gigabytes treatment. It's almost like Apple finally realized specs do matter when your competitors are screaming them from the rooftops. Now, here's the catch I warned you about: supply chain drama. Apple might not have enough RAM chips to go around at launch, so early base models could still ship with 8 gigabytes, at least temporarily. But Kuo insists the goal is clear. 12 gigabytes will be the new iPhone standard by next year. And that's important, especially when you compare this to Samsung's Galaxy S25 Ultra, which already ships with 12 gigabytes and sometimes even 16 gigabytes depending on the region. Android fans have long used that as a flex. Why is your $1,000 iPhone stuck in 2019? Well, not anymore. This could also mark a shift in Apple's mindset. Think about it. They've never advertised RAM during keynotes. It's barely mentioned on their website. Apple's always focused on experience over numbers. But maybe that's changing. Maybe Apple is starting to admit that AI and machine learning aren't just buzzwords anymore. They're real, they're power hungry, and they need more memory. So what will 12 gigabytes of RAM actually do for you? Will your iPhone suddenly fly faster? Not exactly. If you're just texting, scrolling, and watching TikToks, you might not notice a huge jump. But if you're juggling heavy apps, editing videos, or diving into Apple's next-gen AI features, 12 gigabytes will keep things smooth, stable, and future-proof. Expect better multitasking, smarter Siri responses, and more real-time AI happening directly on your device. No cloud lag. Imagine live photo edits, enhanced object recognition, or on-device language translation, all without draining your battery or frying your chip. And here's the thing, this RAM upgrade might just be step one. If Apple succeeds in this rollout, expect 12 gigabytes to become the bare minimum starting with the iPhone 18. It's a necessary move as AI becomes central to the iPhone experience. So after years of Apple playing it safe with RAM, it looks like they're finally unleashing the beast. The competition, especially Samsung, pushed them into a corner, and now Apple's firing back with a vengeance. If you're an iPhone user who's ever felt behind on specs, your comeback moment might be here. But of course, we'll have to wait for the official launch to see how this translates to real-world performance, and whether Apple markets this bold move or keeps it quiet like always remains to be seen. What do you think? Is 12 gigabytes RAM on an iPhone a game changer or just Apple playing catch up? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're pumped for more juicy leaks and honest takes, don't forget to hit that like button and sub for more.